And we are live, gentlemen.
Oh, great!
This is the first attempt at the Go Juice Extravaganza streaming live. I mean, not really the first attempt going live because we used to do it live years ago, but a new attempt, a newer format of going live.
Right.
So in multiple different places. So, for people that have never experienced this is the Go Juice Extravaganza. I am your lovely host, Philip, and I have...
Lovely host?
Yes, TJ.
Hello.
And Raymond.
What's going on?
Okay, we're going to talk about a lot of topics in the news, mostly stupid topics. This is not safe for work, so you might want to turn it down if you are at work. I'm going to curse a lot, okay? We're going to curse a lot. We're going to have a lot of...
They're going to curse a lot.
Yes. We'll have an enjoyable time. So normally we do this just audio only and put it out there, but I still will be doing audio only, but at the same time we're going to broadcast live at the same time. So with that being said...
At the same time, though?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. That being said, let's get to it, gentlemen, shall we?
Times. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
This week... Oh, God. Really hurt my brain this week. And I actually stayed up a lot this week because I had a lot of pain in my back. I've got a lot of back pain. But in the process of staying up at night, I really was thinking about the Avengers, the last one, the Infinity Wars, and Thanos in particular. And for people who haven't watched the movie, you know, spoiler. But Thanos comes to a point where he decides like half of the... a known universe has to die at the same, you know, to save.
Now, see, it never can. Like I read the books. I haven't seen the movie yet. So, in the books, it didn't say he killed them. They were just gone.
Yes. Well, I'm just saying. I came to the realization that maybe Thanos wasn't so wrong.
Yeah.
After taking a good look at society recently, I've been going. You know what? We probably could do with less people in this world. You know, just snap your fingers and get rid of these fuckers. At first, I was like, you know, he's a bad guy. But now I'm kind of like, no, he's actually doing a service, a justice, if you will, to everywhere. And some of these topics are the reason why. Let's start off.
Did I feel that way?
Yes.
This is live and we can't edit it out here.
We cannot.
It sounds so
half
good.
Of the population dead right now.
So look, so you can't even do the slideshows?
No.
So you just got a static picture of us talking right now.
Yes.
What is the point of that?
Dude, here's the thing, man. If people like it and enjoy it, you know, they can fix it. Hopefully, you know, I get my shit straight.
Okay.
And I can learn how to do this correct properly. But for right now, I just got a static here.
Correct properly.
Yeah.
I like correct properly.
I got this nice little layout. In the news, Cleveland. This is a Cleveland-bound flight. Was delayed due to an emotional support squirrel being kicked off the plane. And we've talked about emotional
God damn it. Yeah, what the hell?
We've talked about emotional support animals before. And the
at length.
Emotional support animals. But, man. A passenger, here's the story. A passenger was removed from a Cleveland-bound flight. Oh, and I have to mention, they were flying from Orlando, Florida, to Cleveland. Due to her bringing an emotional support squirrel with her. When she bought the ticket, she informed them she was bringing an emotional support animal, but she didn't say anything about a squirrel being involved.
Shut up. She said animal.
All right.
You should have asked what kind of fucking animal. That wasn't on her. She called you and said, this is what I got.
So
it doesn't even matter. She couldn't get past all that security without anybody knowing it was a squirrel.
I don't know how she got past security with a fucking squirrel, period. All right, let alone.
I mean, it's a squirrel. It's not vicious. It doesn't hurt anybody. It's a squirrel.
Well, you don't know. It could have been a strange squirrel that she found in the
Give me a break.
She could be a homeless person. You know?
No.
Yeah.
With a plane ticket.
Flying on a plane?
It's possible.
Right.
Stranger things have happened. Okay?
Sure. Sure.
According to Frontier, the airline that she was boarding, which is also, the cheapest flight you can possibly buy, it's basically Greyhound in the sky, they said that their emotional support animal policy only extends to cats and dogs. They don't
Nobody
allow
told her
squirrels, fucking snakes.
Somebody should have said something at the time.
Shit. Okay?
It's too bad.
Saying, like, where do you draw the line? I want this emotional support donkey to come with me on this flight.
You draw the line at a dangerous animal, and then that's it. That's where the line. If your animal is a danger to someone else, no, you can't bring that animal. The squirrel is not a fucking danger. No, I'm talking about a tiger.
Animal. Okay,
I'm talking about a tiger, a motherfucking a rhinoceros, a fucking anything that could eat you or do serious damage to your person. A squirrel. Like, the worst a squirrel can do is take your eye out.
Yeah, scratch your shit up, bite you, take your eye out. I mean...
That's it. I said the worst they can do is take your eye out. I'm not worried about that.
My guess is probably what happened. She brought the damn thing on the plane and took it out of its cage. Would be my guess as to what happened.
This is what we should not be guessing. Like, this is where we get in trouble. Probably what happened is she had the squirrel in her vagina the whole time.
She probably did. That's how she got it through the gate.
Right. And so probably what happened is she had it in her vagina, and it jumped out, and it smelled like vagina, and some homosexual gentleman was offended by the smell of vagina.
And was like, I cannot take this.
I'm not going to ride this flight, nor am I going to tell any of my other homosexual friends to ever fly your flight. And so then what probably happened is the airplane people, like the people in charge, they can be like, we can't be offending the homosexual community. We need their business. So what we're going to have to do is tell you to drown your squirrel in the airport sink. We need to drown that motherfucker
in the first 5 minutes of the show.
See? Probably that's what happened.
That's probably what happened.
It's probably it.
Like, come on. Who has an emotional support squirrel? One person.
This lady does. And she called me.
I feel like people would make these rules like
support animal. And they said, that's cool. Bring it on.
Yeah, but I mean, like, emotional support animals, usually you have to have a doctor's note.
She does.
That says you have a handicap or whatever, and that you are bringing this animal with you. Now, was there a doctor in fucking Florida that was like, you want a squirrel? And she's like, yeah, this squirrel keeps me totally sane and cool and whatever. It's like, what the fuck ever. And just signs off a script for an emotional support squirrel?
An emotional support animal. I don't know how they assign the animals, Philip. I don't have one. Ray, you're the expert in everything. How do you get emotional support animal?
Just that way. You go to your doctor and you say, hey, this animal brings me emotional support. If it's a squirrel, then it's a squirrel. It's really not an issue. If it's a tiger, it's a tiger. I mean, could it eat somebody? Sure. I mean, my dog could eat somebody, though. But if it provides you emotional support, just if you have emotional issues and you need an animal for support, have people come to you. Don't go on trips. It's not even worth it. People they're just gonna make you do stuff that you don't want to do for real.
I mean, here's my thing. You can't train a squirrel. It's gonna piss and shit.
Yes, you can.
Why can't you?
Yes, you can train a squirrel. No, it's a fucking mouse.
It's not a mouse. It's a squirrel.
Yes, it is.
And mice pissing shit everywhere. What are you talking about?
Oh my god, dude. You're crazy. You can absolutely train a squirrel. You can absolutely. Who the fuck gives a shit? I mean,
because they're pissing and shitting in your airplane.
Okay, it's not like a donkey turd, man. You're talking about a squirrel turd. You probably walk over them every day. Well, you don't because you live in Iceland, but I do. Like I have squirrels. I don't. I've never want. I live in a place that's always had squirrels, right? Forever, like for all my 39 years, I've lived in a place with squirrels. You know what? I've never said, "Oh, damn it! I just stepped in squirrel shit." Not ever, never.
Interesting fun fact: Australia has no version of the squirrel.
That is an interesting fun fact.
Yeah, there is no animal even closely resembling a squirrel in Australia. That's a very interesting fun fact. Anywho. On to more news, since we clearly disagree about this emotional support goddamn squirrel.
Yeah, it's just because you're a dick, though. I mean, you clearly see that a squirrel is not going to hurt you, man. You don't have a problem with a fucking squirrel. I know you don't have a problem with a fucking squirrel on a plane. You just don't. So right now, what you're doing is just being a dick.
In other news, let's talk about emotional support animals. For a moment here. This comes out of the UK, and this is very fucked up. All right, a man, 22 years old, is fighting for his life in a coma after a bulldog bites off his penis and testicles in horror attack. All right, they don't know who this guy is. They only know that his dog, his English bulldog, bit off his kibbles and bits, and was found lying in a fully clothed in a pool of his own blood. All right, they rushed him to the hospital. People have put out like alerts as, "Do you know who this victim is or who owns this dog? We need to hear from you," and things like that. But nobody knows who the owner is of this dog or who this gentleman is. All they know is this dog has bit off his junk. Now, is that emotional support?
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
No.
Nope.
How would you like
pretty clearly not?
You wake up from a coma and like you're in
your dick is gone.
Yeah,
y'all should just let me die,
what
motherfuckers.
Happened? And they're like,
I'm not happy.
That dog right there bit off your dick and balls,
and we could not put them back on.
Well, put me back under.
Yeah, just kill me. Why did you even fix me? Like,
And so, like you said, we like to take stabs in the dark as to what fucking happened. My guess
probably
he probably put peanut butter on his junk.
Oh my god, Phil. I mean, you're right, but
I do kind of have to agree with Phil on this one. He put something on his junk,
and that dog was like,
"Was a good idea.
I'm getting this fucking peanut butter," and bit off man's dick and balls. I mean, it's horrible. I feel bad for the guy.
Dogs just don't naturally go for that
dick and
area.
Balls. Yeah, they're not like, hey, that looks good right now. Excuse me. We have a new ruler in the world, in Sweden at least. This is a very interesting one. This is a very. I feel like this is a legend in the making, if you will. All right. An 8-year-old girl has pulled an 8-year-old girl has pulled a 1,500-year-old sword from a lake.
I saw this. I saw this article. Yeah.
This little girl's name is, check this out, Saga Belichick. All right.
Nice.
She was out swimming in a lake, and she reached down and pulled this fucking 1,500-year-old sword out of the lake. It was like, I own Sweden now.
I doubt.
Apparently there's a drought out there, and that the water levels were really low at the time while she was out there swimming, and somehow this fucking sword was in the water. She found it, and she was like, bam, this is me now. I own this. Again, I can't get through with the name Saga. This girl's name is Saga. I feel like, she probably owns the rights to half of Sweden now. Like
to at least half.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, she who forever pulls this sword out of the fucking water gets to enact prima nocta.
It's not a good idea, though.
Man.
Don't do it. Basically,
I don't even think we should say prima nocta and 8-year-old girl in the same sentence.
Good call.
She has the right, is all I'm saying. She doesn't have to do it. I'm just saying she has the right to.
Wow.
In other news, part of the reason why I want people to die, okay, is a new fad coming out, right? Drinking turpentine. Alright? For some fucking reason, people are drinking turpentine to use as an internal cleanse, if you will.
Yeah.
For your body.
It's gonna work too, actually. It's gonna clean the shit out of you.
Now, my wife is a pharmacist, and I asked her about this.
Asked her about it? Oh, good.
She said, yes, absolutely, yes. Back in olden times, people thought that turpentine would clear out parasites and shit out of your body. And she's like, well, yeah, that's exactly what it did when you puked up everything. And shit your brains out.
Yay.
So what they've done is they've created some type of gum that you chew with turpentine on it.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's again, it's supposed to be an internal cleanse. They've also put it on sugar cubes and stuff like that. A famous actress, Tiffany Haddish, has touted its benefits, saying that she feels so much better clarity-wise after taking turpentine and ingesting into her body. Now, yeah, sure. I imagine you probably felt a little euphoric after drinking poison.
Yeah, it'll do things to your body.
It'll do stuff to you.
That poison will.
But they're saying that that it can heal skin conditions like eczema. You know, kills the common cold.
It's always it's always this. Like it's always the best shit ever. Doing this is the best. Drinking your own pee will do all kinds of fucking shit for you.
Now it has been said from doctors that
this is not true. Don't do this shit.
Yes, that it has very adverse effects and it's kidney toxic. It'll wreck your kidneys, and that as little as 3 teaspoons could be fatal. So
cool.
You know, here I am expecting half of the universe to fucking die off because they are caught up in drinking turpentine for no goddamn reason. Where are we at now in this world? I mean, it's 2018. People don't believe that vaccinations work, and they're drinking turpentine.
Good call, Phil. Way to put it in perspective.
You know,
how you guys have always said that you hate people?
Yes.
I get it.
Yeah.
And this is the reason why.
It's a reason.
Yes.
Not necessarily the reason. It's a reason.
Although I'm kind of on board. Like I said, I'm like with Thanos. I'm kind of on board with you taking turpentine. Go ahead. Drink up. Fucking.
Sure.
No, don't do that. Don't. No.
I'm good with it too.
We can't say that on the show.
Oh, why not? I mean,
because
other people are saying do it. I'm not saying I
don't
do
that, people.
I'm not putting rocks in my vagina like Gwyneth Paltrow. You know?
It should be.
But she
should
clearly
be,
condones it.
Yes, she says it's good for you.
I'm sure she's not cramming rocks up inside her.
I bet she does. No, I bet she does.
Start cramming Chipotle burritos inside their vaginas.
That's a bad idea.
I think you just got banned off of Twitch.
Oh, yeah?
Probably. Yay.
Did I?
No.
Okay.
Damn it. It's like I told you this was bad.
Say, that's awesome.
Yeah.
In other news, Banksy. This was a great article that I read about Banksy. I thought it was the funniest, trollingest thing he could have ever done. You guys are aware of who Banksy is?
No. You know, it sounds familiar.
He's a famous artist. He drew things. He usually draws like political art, usually in graffiti form, and people will just grab up his graffiti and sell it or buy it or however else. Nobody knows who the guy is. He's just been famous about doing this pop art graffiti style out in the UK. So he recently did a piece that he even framed himself. The image is a girl with a balloon. It's a black and white image.
I heard something about this too. Yeah, okay.
Balloon, with a heart, red balloon, right? He framed it and everything. This thing went on auction. All right. Let me see how much the price was, how much it went up for. It was like a lot of fucking money. I want to say it was at $1 million, but I'm not sure. Where's it at? Anywho's, great thing about it, as soon as the auction was done, all right, this thing was on a timer.
That's right, it went into a shredder.
Yes, the frame had a built-in timed shredder, and the image went into the shredder and shredded into pieces. How do you like that? That's a big F-U. It said it sold, that the painting had sold for more than $1 million. I mean, how does that work out for you? If you're the person that won the auction, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, hell yeah, I got me a piece of Banksy art, and then seconds later, a timer goes off, and your piece of art is shredded into pieces in front of everybody at the art gallery. What do you say?
I'd probably just say you're not paying because you probably never took possession. It seems like it happened a little premature if you really wanted to stir up something. Because if money had already exchanged hands and then it happened, then you're mad because you just paid out $1 million or more than $1 million for something that you no longer have, and they're mad because you're fighting to get that money back.
Well, see, now herein, what you're saying, herein is the situation that's going on. Sotheby's, which is a famous, world famous auction house that does big time monies, they're kind of at this middle ground of what they do with this piece. Well, now it's drawn so much attention that the destroyed piece is almost worth more than the original piece because of the story surrounding it. It's not like shredded into tiny, tiny pieces. It's like a shredder. So it's cut into a bunch of pieces.
Yeah, like strips of paper.
Yes. So, I mean, ultimately, I guess you still have the image if you want to place it between glass.
Put it back together.
I mean, obviously, you don't want to put some scotch tape on it or some glue on it.
No, you don't want to do that.
But you could,
I mean, you'd have to take each strip and like somehow.
Oh yeah, you could sandwich it between two pieces of glass, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool if it's still worth the money that you paid for it, or even more, as you're saying, is the case in this instance. But if that had made it worthless, then you're going to be mad.
I mean, ultimately, art is within the eyes of the beholder, and how much do you think it's worth? Kind of situation.
Yeah, it's only worth what somebody will pay for it.
Yeah. In this situation, though, I think maybe it's almost worth more because now it has the story surrounding it. I have this piece that Banksy fucking destroyed that was worth
the best would have been someone discovered the fucking shredder.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And disabled it.
Yeah.
Because then you would have known, you would have had the whole thing. You would have had the Banksy painting. You would have had his attempt to stick it back to you. Everything. Yeah. You would have been the ultimate winner if you had found the shredder and disabled it.
But apparently, like I said, he is not known for framing his own pieces.
Right. And so right away you got to be like, what's up with this?
I mean, to be honest, though, looking at it, it's actually rather interesting to look at. I mean, the piece looks genuine. If you were to look at this on a wall or whatever, and even the frame, you'd be like, oh, yeah, that looks really fucking expensive and really nice, You saw it in an art gallery. But, yeah, it's very interesting. Sotheby's is kind of in a position now, like, are they able to go forward with the sale or not with a destroyed piece?
They have to re-auction it, I would say. It'd have to start over at this point.
Do you think the person that won should not get it, or do you think that they should just re-auction it altogether?
No, it's just over. That whole thing was null and void. It's now a new item. It wasn't done before, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, it's a new thing. Complete? Yeah, it's a new thing now. It's a completely other thing. It's not even what it was before.
Yeah.
It's do-over. Sorry.
Yeah, I just wonder how much it'll jump up to now. You know what I mean? Like, that'd be interesting to see how I follow that story and see how much it jumps up to. It's interesting though that he pulled it off. Though I think it's clever that he was able to pull this off, and the fact that nobody knows who this guy is. A lot of people think it's more than one guy, and some people think it's the lead singer of Massive Attack because his artwork kind of coincides with his touring dates. But nobody knows truly who the guy is.
Help me to understand something here. Is this person's art being stolen?
Yeah.
Like taken without his permission and then sold?
Yeah, it's just graffiti, right?
Because
it's just graffiti.
Yeah, he almost like, what are those pop-up dances, you know what I mean? Like, he puts out pieces out into the world, and there they are, and a lot of people have paid for entire walls to be cut out just to collect his pieces. He puts them out in public, on public property, practically, or in private property in some areas. So, I mean, it's graffiti.
So, yes, Ray.
I'm just trying to figure out how, like, Sotheby's can legally
do that.
Auctions a piece like that.
I think it's like the trash.
Well, in this item in particular, I think he gave it to Sotheby's. Or sold it to Sotheby's. Because he framed it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I guess I could have done more research on that matter, but he framed the piece, so they had to get it from him, I'm assuming. Or
I mean, he could have just left it out somewhere.
Yeah, he could have left it out.
I mean, if he gave it to them...
He could have left it on the wall at fucking Applebee's. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And nobody knew it and walked by it all the time, you know? It's very interesting, though. I think it's a good story. I might have to follow back in the future later on and see whatever came of this situation. So on to our next topic. This is a very interesting one. This came out of Turkey. All right, another reason why Thanos was correct. Okay, Turkish man goes into the hospital with the common cold. All right. Was misdiagnosed with cancer and was given chemo.
Jesus.
Wow.
Yeah. This man went through chemo for having a common damn cold. Alright. Who fucked this up?
Right.
I mean, a cold doesn't even last that long. How?
You know, guys, I'm feeling
to that point.
I'm feeling way better. You know, I took a nap yesterday. I ate some soup, and like I'm feeling kind of okay. You guys sure about this cancer thing?
Exactly. You know, it kind of. My wife has had surgery, right, on her feet, and when she went into the surgeon, he made a mark on the. She got it done on the left foot, right. So he made a mark on the right foot to let everybody know, leave that fucking foot alone.
Right.
Did somebody in this situation bother to double check? Like,
right.
Are we sure this guy has cancer?
Somebody.
Can we take a double check on this?
Let's run those again, just real quick.
His brother thought that the story seemed kind of off. So he was like, let me go up to this hospital and double check. And he's the one that found out that the guy doesn't have lymphoma and that the chemo was clearly unnecessary. Yeah, this guy says his life turned to hell. He lost all of his strength and his hair due to unnecessary chemo. And anybody that's gone through chemo is the worst. It's the fucking worst thing that you could go through to certain people. And I couldn't imagine it. Having the common cold and going out with fucking chemo. Right? And I mean, you imagine it shaved years off his life because chemo is pretty deadly in itself.
I mean, it's not easy. It's not chicken soup and sleep.
It ain't chicken noodle soup. It's plenty fucked up. I feel bad for the guy. I hope that whoever's responsible gets their asses kicked for it.
Sacked.
You know, that he gets his justice in court, if you will. But you know, this is a prime example of get a second opinion. All right, double check with another doctor just in case.
Just in case.
Because you never know. You just had a snotty nose.
That's
a
all.
Bit of a fever.
It's like,
How
I
it
don't
turned
know.
into cancer.
This doesn't seem like cancer to
At
me.
all.
That's like the whole kidney thing, man. How do you, as a doctor?
Yeah, take out the kidney and not
like
the
I said
thing.
about my wife, they put an X on her foot, so they knew that this foot is okay. It's the other foot that you want to fuck with. The doctor should do that with the kidney. Like, don't take out this kidney.
Right, not the kidney.
I don't even want it to be an X. Just write the words, not this foot.
Yeah, with like a grease pencil.
That's what they do.
You can write it in permanent marker for all I care. As long as I don't.
Yeah, a Sharpie on this.
This shit out. Oh man, I don't get it. I feel bad for the doctors. I really do, because I know that
For the doctors?
The doctor and the patient, because I know that the doctors are stressed. They work a lot. They work their butts off. They work their butts off, but I mean, again, double check. He's just got the common cold, man. He's got a little bit of a fever. All right. Today is Popeye's Chicken's birthday. I don't know how that works out.
Okay.
Anywho, Popeye's. I got to make sure I say it right because it's a name brand. Popeye's Louisiana Kitchen has a limited time menu item right now on Thursday only. All right, they are offering a dish that's as good as gold. They say boneless chicken wings that have been dipped in champagne and also coated in 24 karat gold batter.
Oh my God!
Blow it up in your face, and one of those biscuits that will choke the shit out of you.
I love those biscuits. Bougie as fuck, it sounds like to me.
Yeah, you are gonna get some solid gold, not solid
chicken.
gold, coated chicken, and it's actually rather cheap. They're selling it for $5.
Wow,
yeah.
That is rather cheap gold.
You know, to get it while supplies last. Obviously, I imagine they don't have a whole lot of gold to go around. You gotta go down there and get these boneless chicken wings with gold, liquid gold, and dipped in champagne. I wonder what brand of champagne they're using. Some Moët Chandon, some of that Cristal.
I doubt highly it's Cristal. I mean, it could be.
Yeah. They say that they're now. Wait, where are they cooking it? They said they're doing it in 75 different locations. They currently hit 3,000 restaurants. That's what this whole situation's about. So,
I gotcha.
You know, if you're feeling good and you want some chicken today, get some of that gold chicken for $5. I feel like they owe me some money now that I've said all that. Like
you did kind of give them, like
a little too much.
A lot.
My home state is in the news today. Very interesting fun facts about Virginia. There are certain Virginia towns that you can go to jail for trick-or-treating over the age of 12. Yeah. And we're talking about Chesapeake and Newport News.
Wow.
Yeah. So these are like legit towns.
Y'all are old. You're too old. You're done.
You are too
fucking done.
I will call the cops. This says the city has a time limit. Check this out. According to the city's ordinance, if any person of the age of 12 years shall engage in an activity known as trick-or-treating or any other activity of similar character or nature under any name whatsoever, he or she will be guilty of a misdemeanor and shall be fined and be punished by fine of no less than $25 and no more than $100, or by confinement in jail for no more than 6 months. Or
Jesus.
Yeah, you can go to jail for 6 months for trick-or-treating. All right. The city also has a time limit for its trick-or-treating activities. If any person shall engage in the activity commonly known as trick-or-treat or any other activity of similar character or nature under any name whatsoever after 8 p.m.,
wow,
he or she shall be guilty of a misdemeanor and shall be punished by a fine of not less than $10 and not more than $100, or by confinement in jail for not more than 30 days, or both.
So, if you were a 13-year-old and you were trick-or-treating after 8 p.m., you could get as much
in Newport News
as 7 months.
Yeah, for trick-or-treating. And
a $200 fine.
And that no child can go trick-or-treating after 8 p.m. in those towns. So, if you're over 12... you get one in, and if you're after 8, you really
That's what I'm saying.
Screwed.
Yeah. 13-year-old at 8 o'clock, at 8:05 is fucked.
And Newport News, that was for Chesapeake. In Newport News, there's children age 12 and older, or any child in the 7th grade. Oh, I'm sorry. Any child in the 7th grade or younger can trick-or-treat. So if you're in the 8th grade, absolutely not.
What if you got left back 2 years?
Yay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You got that,
if you're just really dumb.
8th grader or 7th grader.
Yeah, right. I'm in 7th grade, motherfucker. Don't ask me.
Trick or
There's
treat.
Miss White over there. That's right. Trick or treat. 7th grade.
You can go to jail, man, for 30 days for trick or treating.
That's fucked up.
I mean, like, I thought my state was okay. We have better drivers than North Carolina.
No, you do not.
Oh, here we go with this.
I will say
you do not.
Virginia is the #1 of personalized plates in all of America.
No shit. That motherfucker, you have to get one. Like, it's required. You can't even get a regular license plate in Virginia. You have to get a person. It's like the law.
I rather liked my personalized plate.
I'm sure you did.
Everybody does.
Right.
I love the ones that are like, praise God, and they're going like 200 miles an hour in a 30 mile per hour zone.
Man, I missed that about Virginia.
Yeah, but you're out in the desert. You can drive as fast as you want, can't you?
Yeah, you would think, but everybody here drives 5 miles per hour under the speed limit. Nobody's in a hurry to get anywhere.
It's too hot.
It's too hot.
It's too hot to go fast.
Yeah, it's too hot, and there's a bunch of old people out there, and your water is thick.
Shit.
It is thick.
It is thick. Thick like a Popeye's biscuit.
It doesn't even come from here.
I don't know if we talked about this topic or not. No, we didn't. In the news, this is a very interesting one. This came out of St. Louis. Mother of a Ladue High School student took a case to federal court because her son didn't make the varsity soccer team.
Okay.
How much sense does this fucking make?
Well, I mean, is it discrimination? Is he black? Is he Muslim?
Well,
is
unfortunately, it's all juvenile situation, so they don't tell, like, all the information about the kid.
Okay, probably what happened.
Probably what happened. It says that the mother has stated that the student did not make the varsity cut because she doesn't think it's fair. She believes that her son, who's already played on the JV team, is good enough to play against the varsity team. She said the coach sent a family an email that said their son was on the bubble when it came to picking varsity team members, and wrote that the boy has holes in his technical ability and game decision making. The family appealed to the coach, to the superintendent, who decided the family's complaint was unsubstantiated. The mother claims that her son is a victim of age and gender discrimination because she says the rules are different for girls' soccer team. That this has ruined his self-esteem. He's very hurt. He wants to be on the varsity team really bad. And mom's just going to do everything she can to make sure that he
to get him there.
Yeah.
Whether he deserves it or not.
Couple of things.
Okay.
Sure.
If you're going to get your feelings hurt over not making a competitive sports team,
don't try.
I mean, not like feelings hurt, but like to the point where you need to take it to court, then you really shouldn't be playing competitive sports because that's what it's all about.
It's competitiveness, yeah.
You know, we want the very best to represent us in this sport, and
you're not it. Taking me to court, it does not make you better at soccer.
At soccer,
do you see that?
Exactly. Or you can just put him on the varsity team and just let him hold the water bucket.
Just sit on the bench. Okay, cool. We're not going to court. Yeah, he's on the team. Oh, absolutely.
You can't even do that because there can only be so many people on the team.
Yeah, but there's backup players, right?
Yeah, there's backup players, but you still want would you rather have a really good backup player or a sucky backup player?
Ray's saying this dude's so bad. He can't even be a backup. No.
Any spot.
He didn't make the team.
I hear you, brother. You're preaching to the choir, but this lady feels that her son is that good. He is the next, I don't know,
Bendy Beckham
player. Beckham, yeah. You know, he's the next Beckham. He could be marrying Posh Spice. Part 2.
Dude, did they win the case?
Fuck it.
I'm gonna go try out for a pro team. I'm gonna get turned down, and I'm suing.
I'm gonna be so upset about it.
Well, it says here there's an update. U.S. District Court Judge Ross denied a request by the parent for a temporary restraining order that would allow their child to play soccer on the high school junior varsity team. So, I guess
so he can't even play JV right now.
He can't even play JV right now until this is all cleared up.
Good job, Mom.
Yeah, way to fuck it up, Mom. I just wanted some pizza rolls.
No coach is going to want to coach this kid now.
Yeah, at all. You know, especially in dealing with the mom who wants to talk to the manager.
Right.
Oh, God. Did we talk about the KFC gaming?
No.
No, we did not. I know that me and Ray kind of mentioned
it. You and I, yeah.
Yeah. So, KFC has announced that they are having a new gaming division named after them called KFC Gaming. For people that don't know what KFC is and live in a bubble, Kentucky Fried Chicken. Now, I feel like all the rest of the fast food places are behind the ball on this. KFC is smart to jump ahead on this. You got your own gaming division. You want to sponsor some Overwatch players or some Counter-Strike players? KFC is the one, you know? We give you chicken and power you up. Get you ready for a game of Fortnite. You can get your KFC double down. Maybe they should get on top of the KFC with some gold-plated chicken for a Fortnite. Yeah, I mean, they are aiming directly at Fortnite. So if you are looking for sponsorship, go to KFC, man. I feel like Taco Bell should have already been on this shit.
It's the same thing. Yeah, isn't that the same place?
What?
Isn't the KFC Taco Bell? Aren't they the same?
They are owned by the same brand, yes.
Yeah, it's all KFC.
You know, it's all KFC.
Yeah. But we got Kentucky Fried Tacos.
I feel like it should be its own thing. Like, Taco Bell has always been known for a late night, you know what I mean? Fourth
stoner
meal, if you will. And they have all the not monster drinks. What do they do have some Mountain Dew. They have all the Mountain Dew flavors.
Yeah.
So Taco Bell should have been up on the gaming. You know, Taco Bell sponsors the Go Juice Extravaganza. What? Not that they will, because we want White Castle.
Yeah, for reals. Fuck Taco Bell.
I need some of those mini burgers in my life.
I want them chicken rings, son.
They make little bacon cheeseburgers now.
That's awesome.
That is awesome, man. They know their brand.
You're
Yeah,
getting
dude.
on my nerves.
Huh?
You're getting on my nerves.
Why?
Making me hungry.
Because I don't have White Castles here.
I don't either.
They're real close,
Motherfucker.
man.
I don't have snow either, though, so.
That is true.
Yeah.
They got to do something to keep us happy up here.
Yeah. Right. Here's some White Castle motherfuckers. Freeze your ass off.
I feel like KFC is doing something smart here. Yeah, they call this move the double down on Fortnite.
Uh-huh.
Everybody's trying to cash in on Fortnite, like for obvious reasons, because it's the most popular fucking game out there right now. But I mean, like, everybody's got their own version of a battle royale. So, maybe more places are coming in. McDonald's will be in soon. Be ready to sponsor League of Legends or some silly shit like that. You never know. You could be next. The #1 streamer, hosted by Denny's.
IHOP brings you Gherkin 606.
Showme's. All two of them.
Long John Silver.
Yes. Team Long John Silver.
Woo! LJS forever.
Last news. This comes out of Tucson, Arizona.
Oh, God.
A border agent starts a 47,000-acre wildfire by shooting an exploding target at a gender reveal party.
What?
Yeah. Remember,
All
Ray
right, first-
always said that, in Arizona you could shoot anything you wanted?
First, a gender reveal party is where you tell the baby that you're about to have a baby and you're going to tell what gender it is.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Why is there an exploding target at a...
Because it's in Arizona.
Okay.
So,
Alrighty
this
then.
Border Patrol agent started his fire at a sawmill, which is even crazier. So he's at the most flammable fucking place possible with explosives to see if he has a boy or a girl. Check this out. His name is Dennis Dickey. He's 37 years old. He must pay $220,000 in fines. He has pled guilty to a misdemeanor federal charge and is set for 5 years probation. It says that the target contained an explosive substance, tannerite, which I have no idea what it is. Happened last year at a gender reveal celebration. Said that the sawmill fire required around 800 firefighters, forced hundreds of people from their homes, and burned more than 45,000 acres of land along Arizona's Highway 83. The cost of fighting it was more than $8 million. I want to say $220,000. He's getting off pretty nice.
I agree.
And the federal prosecutors had charged the off-duty U.S. Border Patrol agent with the misdemeanor for starting a fire without a permit. Really? That's what they got him for?
That's what he got. Yeah, that's kind of...
yeah. The target was supposed to explode with either pink or blue powder, but instead it immediately started to fire during dry conditions, and the fire spread rapidly. Could you imagine being at this event and the guy's like, I'm going to shoot this and it's going to tell us what it is, and everybody's like, okay, sure, okay, yeah, let's do this. Yeah.
This sounds awesome.
It sounds awesome. It's going to be a boy or girl. And then the fire starts and they're like, okay.
It's a demon.
So which was it? Was it boy?
It's Satan, turns out.
Yeah, oh, damn it.
They're like, okay, well, there's a small fire. Let's put some water on it. This isn't going away.
This is the desert. We don't have any water. We didn't plan this well.
Yeah. Who grabbed the cake?
Right.
So yeah, here's the lesson, guys. If you're in the desert, I don't know if I have to say in the desert. How about ease off the explosives? Maybe you don't need so much. Gender reveal parties are getting out of control. Just tell people if they're a boy or a girl. We don't care. You know, you want to hold a little Facebook situation, that's fine. No, there's no explosives. Calm the fuck down. Excuse me. And that's all I got for this week, guys. Oh, one more thing. Sorry. Harvey Birdman Attorney at Law is coming back. Yeah. They're gonna they're gonna do another episode about Harvey Birdman basically defending Trump, maybe.
Oh God.
It's gonna be interesting. Anywho, that's all I got this week. This was the first attempt at streaming this situation. We've had no viewers, so that's great.
Awesome. Really good. Really, really good.
Yeah. So we'll try this again next week. I think it went okay. Nothing happened.
No viewers, so let's try again.
Yeah, nobody died. We're good, right?
Nobody died. You're right.
You know, so there. And my dog needs a poop. So, you guys got anything for me?
No, sir.
No, sir?
No.
Well, Raymond, do your
Just
thing.
sadness.
Just sadness.
Was Thanos right or wrong? Is the question.
Oh, totally right.
Yeah, Raymond?
Oh, man. Yeah, he was right.
He was right.
Yeah.
If he could just take all of Florida, you know? Anyway, Raymond, do your thing, bro.
If you live in there, you know what? Never mind. Drink your juice.
Drink your juice, ladies and gents. Next week, we'll do it again.